Dottie, what I wanted to ask you, and I will also we'll take a second to give a little shout out to Jan and Marnie over at Curves. Hello, ladies.
Yes. Hey, Jan. she's been a sponsor of the Dottie Kaufman Show for a long time, and I appreciate her backing me up as well as I'm backing her up. So I do appreciate that.
Wonderful. I wanted to ask you, Dottie, what words of encouragement, maybe if there are two things that you can tell to folks that are similar to you, maybe older, thinking, hey, I'm just getting too old. I can't exercise. I can't work out. Fitness, I can't even think about it. What can you say to encourage them? Because I know you're a really great encourager of people.
Oh, I don't know about that. There is a point. There's something you can do. There is something you can do. If you can't walk, you can do something with your arms. You can do something. Even Pilates is one of those things that you can do sitting still that builds your muscle, that strengthens your muscle. And your other guests can probably share a lot about the different things that are available. But you can do things, and you have to do a little research. You have to work a little bit. This is not.
Yeah.
It doesn't come easy, you know. Yeah. Any way you look at it. But like I'm going to use it for instance, and then I'm going to shut up. But wheat. Everybody was saying wheat. Eat wheat. That's the best thing to eat.
Yeah.
Well, then I started having reactions to wheat. And I thought, well, why am I having a reaction to wheat? It's supposed to be really healthy. Well, then after studying and doing some research, found out our bodies are not used to that whole grain naturalness because I was brought up on Wonder Bread, the white refined bread, and so my body couldn't digest it. So now I have learned I have to get the mixed grains, which works fine. Okay, so those are the types of things you have to study and learn what you can and what you can't do. Just because somebody says some kind of berry is really healthy, your body may not be able to take that. And don't get discouraged because of it. Keep going and look for something else. So
yeah, that's a real good point you raise about just everyone being individual. Everyone's different, and we respond to different diets, we respond to different fitness programs, and there's even certain motivators that get us from inactive to active, and those are the things that we got to use to get us going.
Like our health, going down the tubes and things like that. Don't let that happen. Don't wait till then.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a really great encouragement. If you're just tuning in this morning, we're talking about extremes in fitness, talking with two special guests today, Dottie Kaufman, WIMO Radio's very own Dottie Kaufman, and Vince Hurd, a professional bodybuilder. Both on opposite ends of the fitness spectrum. That's where the extremes come from. But both can just relate to a lot of different people. And so we're going to be talking with Vince now. We just finished up with Dottie here. And Vince, I've got the first question.
Okay, all right.
I know when you think, well, somebody hears bodybuilder, I think there is an image that they have in their mind, like the overgrown, grunting, bodybuilder kind of guy, and you're so not that. So will you just share with us a little bit, just, just who you are, what you do on a daily basis, just a little bit of your bio, so to speak.
Okay, all right. I'm really not no different from anyone else. I tell you, I'm a native right here of Georgia. I moved to Washington in 2006. I have 3 kids, ages 19, 17, and 15, 41 years of age. I've been married to my wife, LaPhyllis, for 13 years, the love of my life.
Oh. Hey, LaPhyllis, if you listen.
Hi, LaPhyllis. Good morning.
And I'm a firefighter in Gwinnett County, so I run a pretty busy schedule.
Yeah.
I have a very busy schedule, but
I'm sure.
I do love bodybuilding, and I do take it to the extreme because I'm a competitive bodybuilder.
Right.
But it's all about balance, and I have to have a certain balance in my life to be able to compete at such a level.
Yeah.
And so I don't do nothing that's very what you would say extreme. There's only 4 things I really do. I eat, sleep, train, and then repeat those things on a daily basis. That's all I do.
I like the eating and sleeping part.
Exactly. Well, I said those 2 first because those are the 2 most important.
They are. They
That's
are
right.
very
Because if
important.
I'm going to sacrifice anything, it'll be training, not my eating and sleeping. If I can help.
See that? So everybody out there could be a bodybuilder if they wanted to.
Yeah, I feel like I could do that now.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's like I said, being a bodybuilder, it's all about taking care of yourself. You got to do that first.
Yes.
Taking care of yourself is only a byproduct. Bodybuilding is a byproduct of taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Now, being a competitive bodybuilder is taking care of yourself times 10.
Wow.
Exactly
Okay.
right.
Because there's a lot of different things you have to
Right.
do. There's a lot of sacrifice. And as you know, Dr. Barrage, you see me.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And you have helped me out and everything. So
Yeah.
it's a lot involved in it.
Yeah.
It really, truly is.
That's right. And for the listeners, yes, Vince is a professional bodybuilder, but also an all-natural bodybuilder. And again, there are ideas that people have in their heads, you know, when they think bodybuilder, you know, I can't think of the word, Charles, the drugs and the stimulants. Will you
Yeah,
tell
the
us a little bit?
steroid
There you go,
users,
steroids.
all that
Thank
good
you.
stuff.
Will
Yeah.
you tell us a little bit, Vince, about what it means to be an all-natural bodybuilder?
Wow. To be an all natural bodybuilder, you have to work a little bit harder than the guys that use the drugs. The thing is that people don't realize that as a natural bodybuilder, you can be competitive with those guys because
Wow.
everybody brings in something different,
Right.
something to the competition different. My strongest suit is that I'm able to get as ripped and shredded as I can on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have to be the biggest guy on the stage
Right.
to compete.
Right.
But if I can bring in the total package with the muscles, being shredded, being ripped, that I can compete with somebody that's bigger than I am.
And
Right.
healthier.
Much healthier.
And the health
yes.
lasts longer, correct?
Exactly,
Than the
exactly.
people taking the drugs.
Yeah, there's side
Absolutely.
effects when you take the different drugs and
And
stuff
shorter
like that.
lives.
Yeah.
Dottie's back, everybody.
I'm sorry, I'm going to shut up now.
Well, that's okay, but that's
No,
true.
but that's
though.
true.
That is
That's
so
true.
I mean,
And
it's-
yeah.
I know of bodybuilders who that takes those drugs. You can see it right there. You know it when you see
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
can tell the
you can.
And
difference.
it's not necessarily in the side or something like that, but there's side effects that
Yeah.
completely stands out when
Right.
they're on those things.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's more difficult for me. It really truly is because I try to stay natural. When I compete, they test me to see if I'm natural.
Right.
And so, I mean, it's something I just have to do. I just refuse. I'm extreme, but I'm not that extreme.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
go
I
to
hear
that
you.
point.
I hear you.
To that
Well,
point.
you know what? Let's just take a second. We really want to honor you for that because, like you said, it is a harder road. You know, it is a narrower path, but it's well worth it in the end. You know, like you said, we got to keep the end in mind and just a healthier body,
Yes.
a longer life. So thank you for being such just a respectable, upstanding person in that way.
Well, I appreciate it, and the thing is that I do have other responsibilities,
Yeah.
and I do have kids. I got to make sure that they're okay. I got to be around for that. I can't afford to be sick,
That's right.
and or to rely so much on the drugs that I hurt myself while I
Yeah.
cannot take care of my family.
Yeah.
So
And I was going to say that too. A good example. A good
Yeah.
example for the kids.
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
I'm doing it and I'm doing it natural.